Hello everyone, let us create a preloader in Photoshop. So let us start. So here is A3 size landscape document which is transparent. So we'll first select the ellipse tool, and here we will first turn off the fill for this ellipse tool, and we will activate the stroke. We can pick any color. Let's pick red color for the stroke, and we will create the stroke. We'll simply hold shift and we will create a perfect ellipse, and we will increase the stroke value here. Right. Let's keep it exactly at the center of the document. Then we will give some nice layer styles to it. We will double click on this ellipse layer and open the layer styles, and here we will give it inner shadow. So we can see here. So we can slightly increase the values for the inner shadow here. We can just play with these values. Right. So once we are satisfied with these values, we can also try to just adjust the angle value. We want inner shadow on both top and bottom. Right. Then we will take one more duplicate of this ellipse. We'll simply use Ctrl J in PC or Command J in Mac, and then we will change its color. So we will activate the ellipse tool here, and we will change its color to pure green. Right. So we need to get something like this. Right. Now the thing we'll be doing is we will now apply a mask to it. So we will just click on this mask icon at the bottom of the layers panel. So here is the mask, and what we'll be doing now is we will first select this brush tool, and we will pick a hard rounded brush. So this is the hard rounded brush, and we will just reduce the size of this brush, and we will just click once. So we can see here there is a red color. Now what we'll be doing is we will group this particular ellipse layers, these ellipse layers, and we will take one more duplicate of this group. Right. And we can simply hide the bottom group, and we will collapse the new group, and then we will just use this brush and reveal the red color. Right. Now we will just take one more duplicate, and we will continue this process. We'll just collapse this group, select this mask thumbnail, and then we'll keep black as the foreground color, and then just we will continue to paint so that the red is revealed, and we will do the same process again. Take a duplicate of this group, just select the mask thumbnail, make sure that black is in the foreground, and then with hard rounded brush we will just drag like this. So I will complete the process and get back. So now we will merge all the groups. So we'll start with the bottom one. So here we can just collapse the group and check, and once we have selected the group, here on the top right corner of the layers panel we can just find the option merge group. We can use Ctrl E in PC or Command E in Mac. Right. And we will do the same thing for the remaining groups. Now all groups are merged. Now all we have to do is we need to open the timeline, but before that, here we have a unwanted group 1 here. There is no content in this particular group layer or empty layer. We will simply delete this layer. Right. Now we'll just go to window and open the option timeline. So we can see here. So this is the timeline, and we can see here, we can see all the layers are converted to frames. So but what we want is we will just first delete everything here, delete all the frames, and we will now add all the layers inside this timeline as frames. Means Photoshop will be converting all the layers into frames. So what we'll be doing is, to the top right corner of the timeline panel, we can see this menu, hamburger menu. We'll simply click on that menu, and here we have the option make frames from layers. Right. So now Photoshop has converted all the layers into frames. Now let's play and check. Here is the play button, and here for the first frame we have 0.1 second. We will change it to no delay, and now let's play. So we can see here we got a nice preloader, and we can also control the speed. Right now it's too fast. If you don't want the speed to be too fast, so we can just select all the frames, and here we have 0 seconds. We can just change it to 0.1 second. The loader will play a little bit slowly. Right. So now we got a preloader. Now let's save it. So to save it, we will simply go to file, and here we have the option save as, and we will save it. But the most important point to remember is we have to save it as a GIF file. We should not select any other format other than GIF. So we need to find the GIF format. So here is the GIF format. So now let's save it. Let's type preloader circle, and we will simply click on save. So here GIF save options dialog appears. We don't have to change anything here. We'll simply click OK. So it's saving. So it's going to take time. Right. So now our preloader is ready. So here is our preloader GIF file. So we'll open it. So this is a simple preloader. We can use this preloader wherever we want. We can put it on websites. We can use it for certain applications or softwares. Now we will create one more type of preloader. So we will now create one more type of preloader. So here we will select a rectangle tool, and we will make it into a rounded rectangle. So we need to get a shape like this. We have to fill color. Right. We will turn off the stroke. So we got a capsule like shape. Right. So then we will just scale it, and what we'll be doing is we will just apply the same inner shadow to it. We will just open the layer styles, and here inner shadow is there. So here inner shadow, we will just increase the values for inner shadow. Here we can increase the size. We can also try to adjust the distance here. So we got something like this. So we can just take a duplicate of this inner shadow. So we can just adjust it properly. Right, so now we got this rounded rectangle. We will take one more duplicate of this rectangle and we will give it a red color. Right, so then we will repeat the same steps that we have done previously. So we will apply a mask to it. Right, then we will select a hard round brush. Make sure that the opacity and flow for the brush are 100% and make sure that black is in the foreground. We can slightly increase the size of this brush and we can just click once so we can see here, and we can also change the shape of this brush. So we can just right click and we can squish it a little bit. We can make it vertical like this. Right, this looks better. And now we will just group these two layers. We can rename the layer rectangle. Right, now we will just take a duplicate and we will just repeat the same steps that we have done for the ellipse. So we will just keep painting and keep revealing the green. Just take a duplicate and then we will just repeat this process. And we can also do one more thing. We can actually hold shift and just make it straight, something like this. And we'll take a duplicate here and then we will do the same thing. Just take one more duplicate. And the techniques here are just same like our previous example. So we have completed this, and just like before we have to merge all these layers. So we'll start with the bottom one. We have to merge these groups. So here we have merged all the groups. Now all we have to do is we'll simply go to window and here is the timeline, and we will just select the frame animation here, and then we'll again convert all these layers to frames. So simply we will just click on this menu to the top right corner of the timeline panel, and here we have the option make frames from layers, and if we just play now, so we can see, and now we will select all the frames here by holding shift, and we can slightly reduce the speed. We can select 0.1 second, and now let's play. That's it. So we have created a nice GIF animation, and we will now save it as a GIF file. We'll simply go to file, save as, and in case we can't find the option in save as, there is one more way to save. We'll simply go to file, and here we have the option export, and we can also select the option save for web, and in save for web we just have to change the size. We are going to get a very big size here, 4000 pixels. We don't want such a large file. We'll just simply change the size to 1000 pixels. That's it. Here there are plenty of options or settings, but we don't have to change any of them. We only have to change the size. We can check some other options here. Here the option has to be GIF, and the looping options at the bottom have to be forever. Right. So once these settings are done, now we will click on this save, and again one more window appears, and we will save in our desired location. Here the format has to be images only. There are other two options like HTML and images. HTML only. So if we want our file to be compatible with websites, we can use these options, HTML and images, or HTML only. HTML is the language used to build websites. So we can right now stick to images only. And now we will simply just give the name Preloader rectangle. Right. Now we will see. That's it. Now we will see our second preloader. So here is our second preloader. We will just open it. So this is our second preloader. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Please do like, subscribe, share, and if you have anything to say, do comment. See you again.